I found this really interesting article about real Babylon, and this is very important to know because we know that mystery, Babylon the Great, is in the book of Revelation in the end times. And this was written by David Sidman, Israel 365 News, May 19th, 2022. That was yesterday. And it's titled, U.S.-Funded Reconstruction of Nebuchadnezzar's Gate to Babylon to be completed this summer. Right before all of the other things that happened at the Feast of Trumpets. A New World Monuments Fund called the WMF Initiative in Babylon, Iraq, that was initially funded in a $3 million donation by the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad in 2018, seeks to repair and restore the Ishtar Gate by this summer, reports the Art newspaper. The Ishtar Gate was the 8th gate to the inner city of Babylon. It was built in approximately 575 BCE by King Nebuchadnezzar II on the northern side of the city. According to the UN, the U.S. military caused major damage to the gate by digging, cutting, and scraping to renovate the site to meet military standards. The WMF program director, Jeff Allen, told the Art newspaper the project will help usher in new tourism initiatives designed to enhance the visitor experience and help the local economy. It will also train and employ local Iraqis in heritage conservation techniques. The new project is part of the WMF's 15-year commitment to conserving Iraqi heritage sites in conjunction with its Future of Babylon project, established in 2008. The Iraqi State Board of Antiquities and Heritage collaborated with the WMF until 2015 to undergo extensive surveys and documentation to develop plans to conserve the site. The organization also helped Babylon earn an UNESCO World Heritage nomination that resulted in its inscription in 2019, and assisted with the conservation and stabilization of the Lion of Babylon. The Ishtar Gate project, which was launched in 2016, will be the beneficiary of the U.S. Embassy funding. Babylon was former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein's pet project at one point. Hussein saw himself as a modern-day Nebuchadnezzar. He often referenced a passage from the Quran linking Nebuchadnezzar to Palestine's liberation. That's interesting because that has to do with the end time scenario. Hussein earmarked a higher budget than the one currently managed by Iraq's government. However, his self-aggrandizement was reflected by the site's stones, which he inscribed with his name. As a labor of love, his renovations at Ishtar's Gate in the 1980s and 1990s often consisted of cement bricks and other inappropriate building materials. A combination of Hussein's interventions, neglect from 12 years of crippling UN sanctions that left the country bankrupted and damaged by military vehicles during the 2003 Operation Iraqi Freedom, all contributed to Babylon's, the Gate's, destruction. The current renovation of the Ishtar Gate, the 8th and most intricate gate to the inner city of Babylon, features a north facade that was rebuilt and on display in the Pergamum Museum in Berlin in 1930. Of course, they've got that gate on display in the very place of the temple of Zeus, which was in the book of Maccabees, the abomination of desolation that was placed in the holy temple of God. And the temple was destroyed. So as you know, that temple was excavated in what is now Turkey, and in Pergamum, God said that that was the seat of Satan, and it was excavated and taken to Germany right before Hitler took power, just a few years before that, and the Temple of Zeus was put in a museum there in Berlin with the Ishtar Gate of Babylon. And from there, you know what happened during World War II and how Hitler all came to power. So it's very interesting, the timing of having this gate completed by the summer. So you know all the things that are coming at the Feast of Trumpets. You know, they're observing the Shemitah this year, and then the Jubilee starts at the time of Feast of Trumpets, Rosh Hashanah, and also the red heifer that's supposed to cleanse and prepare the way for them to build the third temple. And they've already started building it by chipping away at the stones there and preparing the stones. They're already doing it. And the question is, you know, is this going to be ready by the time fall comes to actually be putting the temple together? And then you've got this Babylon gate being raised up, ironically at this time of, you know, when the books of Daniel are opening and we're beginning to understand, you know, what mystery Babylon the Great is, and that Daniel the prophet, the prince of Judah, was there in Babylon, and the angel appeared to him and told him what was going to happen in the latter days. And of course, part of the city of Babylon was rebuilt by Saddam Hussein, and he had a big celebration, and Madonna was invited there to sing. Just was really unbelievable that this thing was, you know, an attempt to rebuild it was happening, and now this gate. So with all of this coming about on top of everything else, it's pretty prophetic, don't you think? All right, well, I'm signing out for now.